playoffs, it does on your record count as a draw. It has been a long time since in league play that these Owls have been bested. It's been a long time since they've been bested in any competition. Spokane Velocity, the newcomers this season, were able to get the better of them in an exciting game in Jägermeister Cup play. That was a couple weeks ago. Just a quality side. Speaking of quality sides, I know both these clubs had plans to tune into the Champions League final earlier today. I asked both coaches if it was going to be part of the game day routine to tune in. Don Cacciata said, thank goodness we'll have time to watch it. Gomez. Nothing to push there. It'll stay Owls' ball. Conversation occurring with Rafael Santos and a few of the Owls players. Joe Gallardo and our player to watch for the Owls, Norte Norti. It'll be a free kick, and once again, in a dead ball situation, it's Gallardo. Some notes being taken by our head official, making sure he keeps tabs on who's committed what fouls, so if they become repeat offenders later in the game, they already know who's been guilty of some malpractice. And a yellow card has been issued. Jackson Dietrich getting his first yellow card in league play. Ball floats up, and we've got some more tumbling in the box. It'll be on the Owls. Just to re-emphasize, Jackson Dietrich with the yellow card early on in this affair. As far as for the road team's game day routine, they practiced Saturday morning, of course, today, and went for a team walk, and they have some free time before the game, so obviously a bunch of them are planning to tune in to the Champions League final, and he said it kind of whets your appetite to play a game, to coach a game, when you watch some high-level soccer like that, especially, of course, a final. Of course, congratulations to Real Madrid coming out victorious. Christian Akov. Forward for Gomez. Now Dolabella plays it out wide. The Owls with some numbers going forward. Scuffled attempt, knocked away by the Hailstorm. Free kick quickly retaken. Yamazaki threads it for Rendon. Bruno Rendon. One-on-one with Mishak there. Mishak Jerome, and it's out for a corner kick, the first corner kick of the game for the Hailstorm. Mentioned in the lineups, Haruki Yamazaki and Bruno Rendon could turn into quite the dynamic there on the left-hand side. There's our first example of it here today. So after a couple of corner kicks for the Owls, the Hailstorm get their first bite. Martinez sends it in. And much like the last free kick in this game, some distasteful contact, according to our head official, Rafael Santos, means that only no chance to score for the Hailstorm. Both teams trading chances going forward. Nothing to truly test the keeper yet. Another corner kick incoming. More of these set pieces pile up. Eventually, something's going to click. And it's another Modelo corner kick. Joe Gallardo at the left corner flag once again. Previous few have all been floated to the top of the 18 beyond the penalty spot. This time it will be played short. Now in comes the service. Headed upward by Rendon. Jerome takes a shot, blocked immediately. Haruki Yamazaki closed in quickly. Jabbed out for a Hailstorm throw, ending that offensive spell for the Owls. The inaugural USL Jägermeister Cup continues on Saturday, June 8th, with the fourth round games in group play starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Watch all the Cup games streaming exclusively on ESPN+. Rendon applying pressure to Norte, former teammates. Bounce out for another Hailstorm throw. Ram Kashiado described this Hailstorm team as a pacey and powerful front line. The likes of Horde, Rendon, Powder, they're quick on the counter, and we need to be ready for that. Meanwhile, Ayman Zayed gushed about this Omaha team. He mentioned in the last game, it was an interesting one. He acknowledged the fact that Omaha rested some of their starters. They tweaked some things tactically that started to pan out in that game and really started to flourish after that fact. We saw 7 goals in the last 2 games. Said we're better now than we were then, but so will they due to personnel. He described his unit Omaha as the benchmark in the league right now. They have an unreal level of belief, and they always grind out results even when they don't play their best. Norte, who's on the ground. Here's a look at the contact that sent him there. Knocked over by Chelo Martinez. He's back up. Ayman Zayed said, we want to prove ourselves as the best team in the league, so let's beat the current best team in the league. That's how highly he feels about this Owls team. Not many better ways to prove that you're a contender than to beat the Owls in Warner Park. But you don't need me to tell you that's easier said than done. Go ahead, gets it. Push it forward for Dolabella. Locked forward. Fishing for Ethan Horde, but Rashid knew who was there for it. At the edge of his allocated zone. Jerome. It's a loose touch from Dolabella. Alone. But a bit of a tight spot there, and it's the Hailstorm who will come up with possession. Here's Lalo Delgado outside of his penalty area. Patience being demonstrated here by the Hailstorm, enjoying some possession. Perhaps forcing the Owls to give some chase. Yamazaki played the ball forward, but at that same moment, Jackson Dietrich is getting tripped up. We're getting our second booking of the day. Norte with his first yellow card of the season. Tripping up the other player who's already in the books, Jackson Dietrich. It'll be Dietrich, the one fouled, and the typical set-piece taker, Isidro Martinez, otherwise known as Cello. Martinez pops this one up, headed back into the mixer. Jerome just knocks that one away for a corner kick, hitting the emergency button there. That looked like it was an Owl player who got a header on that ball too. Here's a look at it again. Yeah, it was. Corner kick now from the right flag. Martinez sends it in once again. Several players heading it down. Now it's cleared away. Rendon is wide open, feeds it inside. Game plays on. And after advantage, it will be, I'm going to say it's Owls' ball. So I think Jackson Dietrich getting flattened there by Kunga. Contact inside the penalty area, though, is a foul on the Hailstorm. Looks like it was a push off before the contact inside the box, and now Hailstorm will once again get back to pushing forward. Some drumming and chanting from the Parliament. They always bring the noise here at Werner Park. Treated to some pretty good soccer for at least 90 minutes. Yamazaki plays that back to Langlois, who sends it out wide. Powder get there? No, he cannot. Too far ahead of him. So it will be a goal kick, which means the captain will get to distribute here. Rashid Nuhu. Forever, you know, you had Connor Doyle on this team. He's always such a big leadership character. Nuhu, now the one who's been given that responsibility. I asked Don Casciato about his leadership style. He said he's got a quiet aura about him, Rashid Nuhu. Definitely not one of those guys who's going to scream. But when he speaks up, everybody listens. Coach Casciato having to use the hand visor right now. The sun is sinking down on Werner Park. Here is goal kick, just towards the left of the corner flag. The only goal so far, 24 minutes into this game. Both teams trying to find their groove offensively. Certainly not the blistering start we saw in their previous meeting. Ball forward, no one's around for that one, so a roll-out 4-goal kick. Mentioned it earlier, 72 games across the league. Not this league, but just the USL in general. 10 USL Championship games, 4 USL League One games, a season high 37 matches in USL League Two, which is 57% of all the clubs, and a season high 21 matches across the USLW League, which is 53% of all the clubs. There's the fourth and final kickoff in USL League One. We'll have another game tomorrow. Here's an opportunity. This one sent to Gomez. He goes down in the box, and a handball is called. Our own Gomez tripped up, and then it glanced off his arm. Now, while his hands were on the ground trying to get back up on his feet, that ball definitely rolled against it. Langlois. Switch the point of attack. Sends it out wide to the right-hand side. Lucky Oprah. Comes to sustained possession. It's definitely in the Hailstorm practicing that. They only have the edge, though, around 53%. That's a good step from Powder. Noah Powder takes the shot himself, and it drags wide. A good exchange, and a lot of room to work with. Didn't he put in the air underneath it? Just tried to slide it in. Select the official match ball supplier of the USL League One and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select the player's choice. Now it's a joust for the ball. Misael Rodriguez tried to get there first. And we still got a player down. Whistle by Rafael Santos. And it's not Rodriguez who comes up with the worst of it. David Garcia shielding him off, allowing Lalo Delgado to get there. And now we're going to get a drop ball. Garcia, the Spaniard. Part of the championship-winning North Carolina FC team last season. Still in play. Dolabella is able to get it away. Let's see what the Owls do with this possession. Gomez in some traffic, loses the ball. Horde plays it up for Rendon. Bruno Rendon takes a step, and it's off target. He was one-on-one with Rashid Nuhu. Two bodies to his right chasing him down as well, but had the opportunity to test the keeper. That's the biggest opportunity of the day so far for either side. had a chance to open the scoring for the second straight time in this fixture. And this long ball will just go all the way back to Lalo Delgado. And that happened in the spur of a moment. Omaha loses the ball, couple quick passes, and Ford setting up Bruno Rendon for a prime opportunity. A long ball forward, headed down by Malone. This ball had a lot of air under it. It'll go out of bounds. More players are getting healthy for Ayman Zayed's side. The level of competition and training is just getting better and better. Ayman Zayed himself said, shoot, these guys are playing so well right now, they're pushing me to be a better manager right now. Ford inside, a couple of good exchanging passes, but the last one just a little bit too far ahead. Hailstorm looking to find that ice-breaking goal here. It has been interesting the way their season has started, with how slow it is in league play versus their explosion in the Jägermeister Cup. Jackson Dietrich will take one himself and go straight down the middle. Not enough venom on that one to really scare Rashid Nuhu. Jägermeister Cup games, Northern Colorado has scored 9 goals, which is of course very important as far as tiebreakers are concerned in the Jägermeister Cup, but they don't even need it at this point because they lead their group. I asked Don Casciato how much weight he puts on the Jägermeister Cup competition games versus the regular season games when it comes to scouting out a club and how well they're doing. And he said, well, it varies club to club. Some teams are rotating, others are committing their ideal lineup. He mentioned on his side of things that they've been trying to give opportunities to guys who have been working hard in training. But he mentioned he hasn't been pleased with the cup performances so far from his side, and it's not guaranteed that those chances will continue to be allocated. So they want to win every single competition they're a part of, so even though there has been some rotation, they're all going to be held to the same standard. Jerome. Has that one headed away by Johnny Fenwick. Fenwick, where the center back's coming over from Sac Republic. Akoff just lost track of that ball. There were a moment Dion Akoff just let one slip by him. Such a high-level player. Ford flipped that one up to head it along for Rendon. Akoff having to escort that one out and draws the foul on Rendon. Jerome will get things going again for the Owls. Over 30 minutes have transpired. The best chance of the day thus far belongs to Bruno Rendon. No saves have been required from either keeper still. Ethan Horde applying some pressure there on Rashid Nuhu. And as I described him as a breath of fresh air. Of course, coming into this season, one of the big looming questions for this Hailstorm team was how are they going to replace Trevor Ammon? Record-setting goal scorer last season, and boy, has he translated that to the USL Championship level. And Ethan Horde has come in, a rookie out of college. And they have an opportunity here. This ball floated forward, headed outward, falls back down to Dietrich. He volleys it, and the dip didn't quite get below the crossbar, but it wasn't far off. Jackson Dietrich, his second opportunity from outside the 18. It was starting to come down, but not fast enough. Gallardo. This pass deflecting off of Langlois, stays in play. It's Langlois again. Service comes in for Rendon. He gets ahead on it. And now it's knocked away. A lot of bodies falling over. There'll be an Owls free kick. Going to be an Owls throw. Akov thought about taking it quick. I'll let his players get set up. Dolabella. Milanese taps up to Gallardo. Dolabella once again. He's got to buy some time. Kunga into Gallardo. Haven't said Lagos Kunga's name a lot yet today. Deadly player in one-on-one situations. We'll see at halftime what he can do when the ball gets to his feet. That's a good touch inside. The Owls with an opportunity, it deflects, it's off target. But another corner kick incoming. Marco Milanese, the one with a catching touch inside. Deflecting off of David Garcia. Making sure it doesn't reach his goal. There'll be another Modelo corner kick. Joe Gallardo once again back in his assigned spot. And the Owls find something on this set piece. Gallardo puts it up. Still in the fray. Not fully knocked away. Rodriguez with the shot. And now the Hailstorm can push the other direction. Rendon turning on the burners, and he's tackled by Misael Rodriguez, and that's going to be a yellow. Easy booking for our head official, Rafael Santos. That's his second yellow card of the season, Misael Rodriguez. Gets his arms around Rendon, hanging on to him, making sure he can't get to that next mock. A wise decision. So now he'll have to play with that yellow card on him for the rest of the match. Long ball forward, Akoff will let it roll out for the goal kick. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Chelo Martinez with the foul there. Mentioned it briefly moments before. Once we hit halftime, we'll see some highlights from the last week of regular season play. So, given the alternating Jägermeister Cup regular season schedule, it won't be from last weekend, but the weekend prior. Service floating inside. Nobody could get their head to it. Yamazaki will let it roll out. Definitely a tone switcher each week, going from competition to league competition, week in and week out. Of course, you can check out on the USL League One website at any time the standings and the stat differences between the two leagues. Who's leading in goals scored in one league, which in the Jägermeister Cup, it's Bruno Rendon, versus who's leading in league play, who's doing well in the standings in their respective spots in the competitions. Some more contact. The yellow card is incoming for Chelo Martinez. That's his first booking of the season in either competition. Looks like a stray hand. Hit Norty in the head. That yellow card brought to you by Erdat Sports Bar and Grill. Still on the grass. One of the players that Eamon Zayed sorted as key players that left the squad this season. Of course, Trevor Ammon, Arthur Rogers, two players who on the offensive end brought the firepower. Norty, sort of one of those stabilizers in the middle of the pitch. So it meant that a lot of chemistry needed to be built early in this season for his side. Feels they've really started to find momentum and find that chemistry as of the end of April, which coincides with the goal-scoring explosion they've had in cup competition. You see they've had their moments here in this one. This has always been such a tough place to score. Speaking of Jägermeister highlights, let's take a look at the goal of the round from the last Jägermeister Cup game. It ended up being number 2 in SportsCenter's top 10. So let's step aside and feast our eyes on it one more time.
Adrian Billhart looks for space, looks for a shot, and a goal! Adrian Billhart, what a homecoming for him. Brace for impact as he's coming for the back of the net.
And what a goal that was. Adrian Billhart's been a huge player for the Richmond Kickers this season. Had some bouts with injuries already, but he's come in, stepped up for Emiliano Terzaghi, who's been out to start this season as the goal-scoring legend. They're up 2-1 at this point against Knoxville. Billhart with another goal in that game. They've got 5 more minutes to go in that affair. We'll go look at the scores from the other 3 games at halftime, where they all stand. Norty back up on his feet. Got something to stuff his nose, must have been some bleeding after the hit to the face. Free kick incoming for the Owls. Jack Jerome and Joe Gallardo. With the sun in their eyes, definitely not ideal in this situation, but they'll have to make do. So this might be one of the last chances of the half, but we're probably going to get a wealthy chunk of added time. Jerome going to take it himself, it deflected and bounced out of play. Another corner kick on the way for the Owls. Brought to you by Modello. Joe Gallardo plays it short, and he'll get another take at it. And as I had predicted, 6 minutes of added time will be tacked on, so this is far from the last bit of action in this one, at least in the first half. Gallardo again. Headed outward by, I believe that was Fenwick. Second service. And a foul is called on Blake Malone as he pushed down his defender. Which is how he got such an easy look on that ball. By the time he was rising up, Jackson Dietrich was about to eat some grass. A minute of the 6 added have transpired. Now Lalo Delgado and the Hailstorm. See if they can find something here at Werner Park before the halftime whistle. Werner Park also the home to the baseball team, the Storm Chasers. 2 separate entities operating here in this facility. The scheduling, of course, having to interchange whenever the Storm Chasers are here at home. Obviously, that means the Owls aren't going to be playing a match. Pretty compartmentalized for 2 units under the same house. Not a lot of brushing of shoulders between the 2 clubs. Of course, it's a bit more difficult to have that same level of camaraderie between 2 separate sports. You always hear about these League One teams that also have a USLW League team. There's a lot more common ground between 2 clubs from the same sport as opposed to 2 in very different sports, both in just the way they are played, but also just the kind of people they attract. It's definitely not a hockey lacrosse situation between soccer and baseball. Norty. Akoff. Loose pass goes out of bounds. In favor of the Hailstorm. This will be a long throw sent in for Horde. But Blake Malone on the right side of his shoulder and able to step in on that ball. And going back into the fray, here's Chelo Martinez. Now we'll score 2 goals in added time in the last meeting between these 2 sides. Will either of these clubs find a goal here before the whistle? Here's Lagos Kunga. Here's a space he likes to operate in. Good work tracking back. Chelo Martinez not going to make it easy for Kunga. And we've got another corner kick brought to you by Modello. 2 more minutes to go. Displeased with the halting of play here. Now he'll be allowed to provide service. And this one falling towards goal. And there it is, the icebreaker in this one for Union Omaha. Pedro Dolabella with his 3rd goal in league play. They scored twice in added time last time these 2 teams clashed. And they've got another one here. Pedro Dolabella, his 2nd year at the club. Previous played for Rochester, New York FC. Part of the MLS Next Pro Best 11 when he played there. And he has been such a key contributor to this Omaha team since he's come over. He's been heavily involved today. And he has given his team the advantage right before the break. So the 6 minutes have transpired. I imagine one more opportunity at least will be given here for whichever side takes it. Some advantage being played. We might be getting another booking. And that's a 2nd yellow card. Misael Rodriguez has been sent off. So just when you thought that the lay of the land was understood after the first half of action, a goal advantage for Omaha, they will now have to play with a man down for the entirety of the 2nd half. And oh no, it's getting worse. After the play, a Hailstorm player pushed down Joe Gallardo. Lucky Oprah with the extracurriculars. Up to this point, we hadn't seen much feistiness from either team. And now it's all come to a boil in a moment. Lucky Oprah getting a yellow card for that. And now his teammates need to make sure that he doesn't get a second here. Lagos Kunga also going into the books. That's his 3rd yellow card of the season. So think about where we were just 4 minutes ago. 0-0 game, both teams just trying to figure the other out. And now here we are, just a couple of moments later, in added time. And it's a goal for Omaha, but also a man down for Omaha. Rafael Santos having to get busy here in the final moments here of the first half. Recap after the 2nd yellow card by Misael Rodriguez, Lucky Oprah and Lagos Kunga going into the books. And now the 4th official might be coming over to provide some advice to the head official. And a yellow card has been issued I believe Colin Falvey. And now a red card's been issued. Keep your eyes on the screen, folks. The drama is not ending. So that's confirmation. Colin Falvey has been sent off. Assistant coach for the Hailstorm, and there's Eamon Zayed making his way back. Not sure where he was off to. What did I miss? Oh, the drama here in the final moments of this half. Wild. So to up the tally just a little more, a goal for Omaha, a red card on Rodriguez, 2 yellow cards then dished out, 1 per team, and then an assistant coach told to get in the locker room or just go back to your hotel. That also changes how these teams are going to have chats going into the dressing room. So what was a pretty even-keeled first 50 or so minutes of this game has now turned into a bit of a wild fest at its conclusion. At least it's half conclusion. We still got 45 more minutes to go. Which means some spicy soccer is incoming after this break. But during the break, we'll have some halftime highlights. We'll look at some scores across the league. So definitely still some intrigue for you to have before we return to the second 45 minutes. But after 45 and a very crucial plus, the scoreline is 1-0 in favor of the Owls. We'll see you after this break.
Wallace Lapsley, goalkeeper. An opportunity to further your education where you have such an amazing place like Bellevue University and the club in Omaha. Kind of helping facilitate that opportunity for you is really, really special, and I think it will just open lots of doors for me in whatever sort of paths I choose to take post playing soccer.
To be a part of Nebraska Medicine
Hi, welcome.
Good to see you.
is to be a part of something extraordinary.
Nebraska Medicine, how may I help you?
Because these are the doors
How are you?
that open doors
That went really well.
to growth
Hey.
and opportunity for each other and for our community. For those who know that the academic experience,
You know what? I agree.
the life experience that you get here is beyond what you can get anywhere
Doing
else.
great.
And that's exactly why here is where you belong. Nebraska Medicine, together extraordinary.
Our captain, our governor, the one that started it all. How are you doing today, Rashid?
I'm pretty tired.
What's your pregame routine? What makes you so special on the field?
I wouldn't say I have a pregame routine, but I like to, before the games at home, I just do a little stretching, get my legs going. And, I just listen to my music, Afro beats, just chill out, relax, get my mind off the game stress.
He can't reveal all his secrets, That's all you guys get.
Welcome back for the Courtyard Marriott halftime show. It is 1-0 in favor of Union Omaha. We're now going to go step aside and take a look at some of the highlights from not last weekend, but the weekend prior in USL League One action. Let's catch you up. We start off in rainy Charlotte, North Carolina, where the Jacks are hosting the Owls. It would be Mike Jeffrey's side that would taste first blood in this one. And of course, it's Juan Carlos Obregon sliding that ball to the back of the net and then having a nice sliding celebration after the fact. But that would be the last bit of joy that would be found by the home side in this affair. Coming out in the second half, Coach Casciato just flipped the switch and the Owls were on. Dolabella would score in the 54th minute to level things up at 1-1 apiece, and then Lagos Kunga, just look at that. About as flashy of an assist as you can find in USL League One. Misael Rodriguez gives all the credit where it's due. Lagos Kungo was fantastic there, but Rodriguez doesn't need to share the love here. Taking it down himself, scoring this goal to make it a lead and a double lead for Union Omaha. 3-1 at this point in the game. The Owls just flying here. And then Kunga would get in on the solo action. And this time, he's on the goal-scoring end of things. 4-1 in favor of the Owls. Just a second-half drubbing for the visitors. And that visitor success would not stop there. One Knoxville would go up to Fresno. And boy, would they have their way. Angelo Kelly with his third goal of the season in league play, which is already more than he had all of last year from Mark McKeever's side, so becoming more of an offensive asset. And then someone who's known to score some goals is Mr. Tequila on a Friday night. 2-0 in favor of One Knoxville. So that's 2-0 for road teams in this week's action. Can Greenville keep it going? The leading goal scorer, Lion McKinnon, says, why not? A blasted effort late in this game. 1-0 in favor of the Greenville Triumph. That's now 3 road victories in this week's league action. But someone had to buck the trend. And South Georgia Tormenta, in front of their home crowd, decided, nah, we're going to put on a show ourselves. And Sebastian Vivas, boy, did he have a performance in this one. He's going to be giving the Red Wolves nightmares. Scoring a goal in the 9th minute to start things off. Then Ajmir Spangler, he would find the back of the net on this service from Nick Akoto to make it 2-0 in the second half in favor of the home side Tormenta. Vivas, not only goals, but providing assists here for the just subbed on Niall Watson to make it 3-0 in favor of Tormenta, but the Vivas show was not over yet. Spangler would get an assist in this game, and Vivas, with a nice finish, knocking it over to the left side netting. 4-0 in favor of Tormenta, which means home teams can win. It is a possible thing. Spokane will look to pick that up on Sunday against Madison, but the Mingos had other plans in mind. Jimmy Villalobos, a journeyman in USL League One. He's played for the Red Wolves. He played for Knoxville last season, and now he's playing for Madison, and in every stop, he's proven he could score goals, and he could score some quality goals at that. But the journeyman goal scoring would not end there. Devin Boyce, he's played at Omaha. He's played at Greenville. He took a stint in the championship, and now he's with the Mingos. And what a beauty of a strike that was from Devin Boyce. 2-0 in favor of Forward Madison. But now, not a new acquisition. New numbers, though. Aiden Macias puts it away to make it 3-0 in favor of the visitors, making it quite the great week for visiting teams. And if you enjoyed those highlights, you enjoyed the first half, we got some fun coming up in the second half. But before that, on the other side of this break, we'll look at the news and notes around the league, some of the scores and other action in league play that happened today. But until then, we'll step aside. We'll see you then.
So asking some questions, and there's the equalizer. It's Rivas.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years. Our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
They're hungry for the women's game. They want to see women's soccer. They want to play women's soccer, and that's what we're building at the USL.
You can see it in my eyes when we walk the past. Anybody never lie, won't settle for less. Got me looking to the sky, got me feeling blessed. Got this fire burning up inside of my chest. Burning up inside of my chest. Got this fire burning up inside of my chest.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
a big congratulations to state champs Gretna East High School as we get some recognition here during halftime between Union Omaha and Northern Colorado Hailstorm. 1-0 your scoreline on this Courtyard halftime show. Let's take a peek at our news and notes across the league. What's been happening? First off, we've got some more USL on CBS games coming up, which is always so exciting. Also, Spokane Velocity, the next game they play, which is tomorrow, they get to play CD Guadalajara's U23 team, which is their first ever international friendly. And then Nshuti Innocent getting the call up to Rwanda. Big congratulations to him in the FIFA World Cup qualifiers that are coming up in a week or so. Now let's take a peek at the upcoming schedule across USL League One tomorrow. Greenville will be playing Chattanooga, but for the games today, Forward Madison with an early goal explosion in that one to get up to a 4-1 victory at home against Lexington. The Kickers, despite going a man down in the second half, victorious against One Knoxville, and then a 1-1 draw to lock it up between Ian Cameron and Mike Jeffries, of course, the Independence and Tormenta, as their clubs are named. Been a lot of fun today. Some action, lots of goals. We got one goal in our game, but we've got an interesting second half incoming in our matchup, so sure to be a lot of fun. Next time we have another batch of games, it'll be Jägermeister Cup play once again for round 4. And that's what's coming up this next weekend. It'll be the Owls against Spokane. It'll be a chance for Union Omaha to get some payback for their one loss in any USL League One competition this season. Meanwhile, the Hailstorm will be playing Central Valley Fuego. Two clubs sitting towards more of the western side of things in USL League One. Another ice and fire battle between those two. And then Tormenta Greenville, of course, the first ever matchup in USL League One history, and that rivalry will have another chapter in Jägermeister Cup lore. This cup coming Sunday. But with that in mind, we're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll have the highlights and the stats from the first half, and then we'll have the second half of action for you here on ESPN+.
We are Myrtle and Cypress Coffee House. We're located in the heart of Gifford Park neighborhood in Midtown, Omaha. The idea behind the coffee shop came out of the neighborhood's expressed desire for a place for people to gather. From being rooted in our neighborhood, to choosing ingredients and processes that nourish, to supporting coffee growers and their communities, Myrtle and Cypress connects you to Union Omaha's beautiful motto, one means all.
My name is Blake Malone.
My name is Anderson Holt.
Wallace Lapsley.
And I play center back for Union Omaha.
And I'm a center back for Union Omaha.
Goalkeeper.
So when I first got to Union Omaha, I found out that the USL and Union Omaha have a very close relationship with Bellevue University, because they provided me with the opportunity to extend my education and further my ability to seek out knowledge.
I chose Bellevue University to pursue my education because it provided a convenient way to both manage my career as a professional soccer player, but also continue to pursue my academic interests and pursuits.
Getting a degree will be just opening up a bunch of doors for me that I didn't have possible before. A college degree is still very powerful at this time, and it means a lot to show that you have the dedication to stick out a plan through college while I'm pursuing professional soccer, and I think that will show a lot.
We're back here at Werner Park for a second half of action between Union Omaha and Northern Colorado Hailstorm. Welcome. My name is Mark Schoenster. You're tuning in on ESPN+. If you're switching over after one of the other League One games concluded, let's catch you up on all the action from the first 45 minutes. It was a 45 minutes that early on both teams were trying to feel each other out. This was the biggest chance leading up to the goal. It was about 30 minutes into the game. Up to that point, both teams feeling each other out. We're trying to find something, couldn't quite convert, and then Pedro Dolabella makes use of this corner kick from Joe Gallardo. knocks it in, gets his third goal in league play this season, and gives the Owls the lead in what seemed to be a great way to close off the half, but then a second yellow card on this slide tackle from Misael Rodriguez. He'd get sent off, and then tempers would flare, to say the least. 2 more yellow cards would be issued. Colin Falvey, the assistant coach, would get sent off for Northern Colorado. So that's 1 sent off per team. Now granted, one of them is on the pitch, the other one is not, so the Owls will be the ones ailing more so on the gameplay end. And we'll see how they can manage having this advantage for 45 minutes while at a disadvantage as far as players on the pitch. Here are your halftime stats. Couple more shots for the Owls, but both with a shot on target. They've got the edge in possession, but that might not be the case by the time this game is over. Will they bunker in and see if they can hold tight the ship and see this one out to a 1-0 victory? But also, in years past, Union Omaha notoriously have had some crazy results when down a man, including games where they were behind, down a man, came back to win the game here at Werner Park. So there is lore behind Union Omaha being down a man and it not always being the worst case scenario for these Owls. It was quite the eventful end of the half for this refereeing crew led by Rafael Santos. We'll see. They can keep things in check here in the second half. I said it when things got crazy. Didn't seem like there was too much chirping, too much pushing after whistles up to that point between these two teams, and then all on a moment's notice, things got dicey. 6 minutes of stoppage time were allocated, ended up being around 10 minutes after everything was said and done, 10 to 11. Perhaps exhaustion also kicking in there. That'll be another side of this for the Owls. Not only will they be managing, hanging on to the lead here, but they also got to turn around and go to Chattanooga on Wednesday. And then they've got a game on the weekend as well, so it's a busy week for the Owls. So they also got to be worrying about how much they manage minutes for some of these players. There's Pedro Dolabella, the goal scorer in this game. How will the Hailstorm attack now, given the fact that they've got the man advantage? A lot of intrigue here for the second 45 minutes. Lucky Oprah, one of 2 players to get a yellow card after that red card, pushing over Joe Gallardo well after the whistle. Parliament may have their hands full trying to propel their team forward. Fortunately for them, they're on the attacking end for their side in this half, which means that they won't be able to drum and chant for their defense, because typically that's where you would expect a lot of this game to take place, given the disadvantage. But they're loud enough. They can be heard from across the pitch. We have switched sides. The Owls will start off with possession. And let's see what this second half has in store for us in Papillion, Nebraska. Here we go. Owls, Hailstorm. Chapter 2 here. Into the second half. That'll be a foul. A push on Chelo Martinez. Once again, my name is Mark Schoenster. Excited to be describing the action for you here on ESPN+. Touch there, headed away by Akoff. Now goes Kunga. He's able to get that one to roll out in favor of the Owls. So lot of talents that this Hailstorm team have are in those breakaway moments. You think that there may not be that many of them here in the second half. The Owls not going to test their luck. It's going to take much more breaking down. Perhaps some of that horizontal movement that the Hailstorm were able to utilize in a game against Charlotte that could prove beneficial here as this one slips through. Here's an opportunity, fired towards goal but not on goal by Chela Martinez. He can crack the ball from outside the 18. Didn't quite have the best connection there. Akoff dancing with the ball at his feet. Plays it back to Jerome. And that one cleared out. Now there's Billy King. Who has subbed into this game during the half for the Hailstorm. He could be another addition offensively for the Hailstorm if they could start to get him going this year. He was such a big piece to their success last season. So he subs out for Ethan Horde, who was our player to watch for the Hailstorm. Billy King, who's been hurt to start the year. Only 17 minutes of league play this season. Powder takes this one. The slipping pass inside found him. And it won't be a corner kick, although Powder is looking for it. Couldn't be put on frame by Powder. So goal kick incoming. Billy King subbed in the second half of the game against Charlotte as well. Not a lot of minutes. This will definitely be the most he's played in a single game this season. Anytime you're going to hear a whistle or a foul call in the second half, you're certainly going to hear the dismay of the Omaha faithful. Usually the case after you send off a player. The home side definitely not going to take lightly any call that goes against them after that point. Yamazaki with the back heel. Billy King tried to give it back to him. It's cleared up for Gomez. Sopra to Martinez. Dietrich. King inside for Martinez. He'll play it back. Dietrich to Powder. Powder takes a shot and it's saved by Nuhu. Tried to pick out that bottom left corner, but the captain is able to settle on that ball and calm his team down. Well, this is about how you would expect this game to go from this point on. It's going to be a lot of knocking on the door for the Hailstorm. And they've won the ball back immediately. Rendon stepping inside. Rendon drags it to the left. Here's an effort. And I'm not sure if Nuhu got a piece of that or if it went off the woodwork. They're going to say it went off the post. The opportunities are coming in for the Hailstorm. As far as their confidence levels, high contrast between their performance in Jägermeister Cup play versus their league performances. But Eamon Zayed said they're in a good mood. He said, we had a good preseason, but then there was a difficult start to the season, which compounded with always being away from home. He mentioned at the end of April, things shifted in training. Rendon sends it inside for Powder, and it's cleared away by Malone. It's started coming together as a group, and they feel they can go toe-to-toe with anybody. And inside, very confident that his team is going to climb the table in league play. Now, a group that's been able to score goals and is feeling confident get to be up a man for an entire second half. This is a chance to prove to you, to the league at least, the quality that you've got. And on the other side is an Owls team that has been able to find victory, has been able to find results in games where they haven't been their sharpest. They're definitely one of the teams I would place my bets on to do the best in a situation like this. Pedro Dolabella carries it back. Gallardo sends it over to Milanese. Marco Milanese. Their first possession in the attacking half. And there's PC, otherwise known as Victor Hero. Goes by PC though. Another substitute in this game. Subbed in for Norte. Once again, the Hailstorm. Finding passes once again. Done well to find some chances here early in the second half. That one blasted away by Milanese. Fenwick will bring it down and dish it over to Garcia. Powder gets the turnoff. Over to Oprah. Oprah plays it inside! And the Hailstorm are able to level it up. They're a man up, and there's still a lot of time to find an advantage. Billy King, the substitute, finding the back of the net for the first time this season. Noah Powder doing well there to shrug off the contact. And he connects with the Scotsman. They're level in this game, but only level concerning the score. Billy King from Edinburgh. It's his second season with the Hailstorm. Mentioned before, he was very effective last season with Northern Colorado. Scored 8 goals, had 5 assists on that high-octane team. Was a regular fixture in the starting lineup. Here's Powder once again. No foul called there on Jerome. Perhaps some slippage from Noah Powder. He just provided the assist moments earlier, his first assist of the season. How do the Owls respond after conceding there? The Hailstorm came out the gate to the second half, aggressive and ready to dissect this 10-man unit for Union Omaha. They looked prone to score, and score they did. Worth reiterating, the last time that the Owls have lost a game here at Werner Park was May 27th of 2023. It's been over a year. They didn't move on in their home playoff game last season, but since it went to penalties, that counts as a draw. Gallardo floats this one up, and Lalo Delgado has the advantage of being able to use his hands, can get to that ball quicker than the opposition. Another long ball forward. Powder tried to get to it, Dolabella sent it skyward. Now Dietrich lost his balance, now it's cleared away. Garcia will see this one out. The USL League One is on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Hailstorm now fishing for that lead. Deflected out by Akoff. Billy King will throw this one in. Doesn't have any options yet. Yamazaki will send it to Dietrich. Billy King once again. Service comes inside. Knocked away nicely by Milanese. Pressure sustained for the Hailstorm. Rendon heading that along, but no one around to receive it. Rendon with one of the big chances in the first half of action. The way this game is going, he may get another opportunity. Now 4 goals in Jägermeister Cup play, none in league play. Dolabella gets tripped up, goes down, and gets a yellow card. I believe that's for Pat Langlois. Second yellow card of the season for the Australian. That yellow card brought to you by Herdat Sports Bar and Grill. And we've got a substitution coming in. And it's not just any substitution, it's the substitution. Marky Hernandez stepping onto the pitch. He's always going to be against the term super sub, but man, is he good at it. Eamon Zide mentioned that, I mean, he's the best sub in the league's history. He came in the last game against Charlotte and scored the game-tying goal, and that's not the first time it's happened, and it's probably not the last time it's going to happen. As a matter of fact, if the Hailstorm are able to find a go-ahead goal in this game, I wouldn't be shocked if it's number 11 on the end of it. As far as his ability to start versus coming off the bench, a lot of the time it just comes down to fitness. He was starting near the end of the season for the Hailstorm because he was in good shape, and he was having an impact as a starting player too. Eamon Zide said he just always comes in with the bite. And if you need to shake things up, you know that he'll come in and leave an impact. The way he plays, and with the aggressiveness he plays with, sometimes some of these other guys need to take notes of just the kind of impact a guy like Marky Hernandez can have on a game. And here he is now. Electric offensively and super pesky defensively. Yamazaki trying to thread that one to Rendon. Kunga doing some dancing with the ball at his feet. Lagos Kunga. He's in his element right now. Kunga still going with it. Now he goes down. Play will go on. And here's a long ball forward for Rendon. Bruno Rendon beats Nuhu. The Hailstorm have the lead. It took just about 17 minutes coming out of the break with the man advantage for Northern Colorado to get to work, put on a clinic, and put 2 on the board. Taking advantage of a moment when bodies were committed forward for Omaha, and it's that deadly counterattack for the Hailstorm. We don't have a good view to confirm as far as the timing when it comes to whether he was offside or not. The assistant official didn't throw the flag out. So Bruno Rendon scores his first goal in league play. He's already the leading goal scorer in Jägermeister Cup competition. And now it's going to be very interesting to see how Union Omaha responds, because you've gone from hanging on to 3 points to hanging on to 1 point to now. You got to do something. It's crazy how much the tides turned in just a couple of moments at the end of the first half. Here's Rendon again. Hernandez is making a run. Mikey Hernandez takes a step, plays it back. Another opportunity, the shot, and it's saved by the defender. Martinez tried to put it on goal. They're still going with it. Floated up once again, headed down. The Hailstorm not taking their foot off the gas. Here's Garcia. Now, if you're one of those players in the back line, you don't want to get too ambitious. These things are going so well for you. You don't want to give Omaha the chance to spring a counterattack. Martinez. Back to Garcia. Benwick steady with his touch. Now they don't need to force anything offensively. They can enjoy possession and wait for an avenue to open itself. From Billy King, 9 minutes into the half. And then 8 minutes later, a goal from Rendon. This one's popped up. Hernandez, checked by Akoff, but he stays on his feet. Hernandez wins the corner kick. Corner for the Hailstorm. Having found the advantage, looking to break. There's been a long-standing streak for Omaha. Service drilled inside. Denied entry by Omaha. Now Kunga will make his way forward again. If they're going to find an equalizer, it may be due to the efforts of one Lagos Kunga, the kind of guy who can get by several players with the ball at his feet and can overcome the personnel disadvantage they're currently having to deal with. Dolabella, the goal scorer for the Owls, floats this one up, knocked away. Jerome. Over to Malone. Oprah. Able to tap it forward for Noah Powder. That one will ricochet along, and Bruno Rendon is able to get there, keep it in bounds. Kunga is able to get by Yamazaki, who streaked forward to try to intercept that pass. Kunga threading it forward. It was Gomez he was searching for. Lalo Delgado gets there first. Aaron Gomez, one of the two remaining strikers in this game for the Owls. Maybe looking to bring down a hopeful pass from his teammates. Gives the ball back to the home side. See Luca Mastrantonio readying himself to get into the game. Rendon sends it through. Hernandez lines up for the shot. Marky Hernandez saved. Rashid Nuhu had time to adjust and figure out how the ball was coming in. Gallardo. Someone to operate will switch it to Dion Akoff. Akoff chips it over Yamazaki. Yamazaki recovers well. There'll be an Owl substitution coming in. Luca Mastrantonio along with Zico Lewis. Play will continue. Player going down, no penalty kick awarded, which is what the Parliament and the rest of the fan base were hoping for. So we've got Zico Lewis and Luca Mastrantonio coming into the game. Dolabello comes off, and so does Gallardo. Mastrantonio, usually a starter on that back line. Coming off the bench here, Italian. Meanwhile, Zico Lewis getting some starts in Jägermeister Cup games as a striker. Have a chance to go up against his former teammate, Johnny Fenwick from Sac Republic. Over to Rashid New, who will bring it in. Said it once, I'll say it again. Lagos Kunga may be the guy to make a difference in this game for the Owls. Super talented player, according to Dominic Casciato. Mentioned earlier in the year, he was working on recovering. Now he's back to match fitness and to be super dangerous in the final third. Getting better as the season's been going along. The Owls coaching staff think that there's still another level to Lagos Kunga. Oprah, now Rendon. He gets bodied off by the substitute, Luca Mastrantonio. And he tried to play it forward for Gomez. So entanglement there with Haruki Yamazaki in his League One league play debut. Hernandez pushing forward once again. Plays it to his left. King out wide. The Hailstorm looking to make it comfortable. They can find that third goal. Oprah keeps it in play, but not for that much longer. eFootball 2024 is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Milanese, passes back for Kunga. Lewis playing it forward for Gomez. Now cleared away by Yamazuki. Antonio plays this one up. Well off target. Players looking to be warming up for Ayman Zayed. He's issuing some instructions now. Looking to maintain and potentially extend this advantage that they've got going. Akoff thuds into Haruki Yamazaki. And that'll be a foul on Marky Hernandez. Lewis chips this one up for Gomez. Was just too far ahead of him, but it's kind of those inventive passes that Union Omaha is going to need to crack this game open again. Need something a little special. Oprah playing it forward for Hernandez. Hernandez slicing this one inside, trying to hit that one just right to feed Billy King. Going to be a tall order. With the rolling ball forward. Now Kunga once again on the ball. Martinez in front of him. Kunga. There's that one ricochet off a couple players and it'll make its way back to Malone. That'll be a foul on David Garcia. The one with the assist on the second goal of the day for the Hailstorm. More pace getting added into this one for Union Omaha. Ryan Jiba comes in and Blake Malone will sub out. Jiba in his return to Union Omaha after going to Minnesota United last season. drafted by Minnesota United after his play, impressed with Union Omaha. Only played about 90 minutes of league play. He'd be a difference maker for the Owls. At the same time, if he doesn't, he still provides relief to the likes of Blake Malone. He's been a usual starter for the Owls for their midweek game against the Chattanooga Red Wolves on the road on Wednesday. Although that's a Red Wolves team that hasn't quite found their footing yet near the bottom of the table as of right now, it's also a team that's got a lot of dangerous offensive pieces, and you do not want to be out of breath against the likes of Siobhan Marsh or Mael Malongo. Hernandez wheeling inside, tried the central pass, knocked out by Akoff. Corner kick for Northern Colorado. Trying to find some icing on the cake here. It'll be Chelo Martinez on the service. Fishing for that third goal. It's headed down, and Garcia couldn't get there in time. So, Enoch Kwakwa is going to sub in. He'll replace Chelo Martinez. Had himself a busy evening. Happy to have Kwakwa back, coming back from injury. He's been on the mend. There's another player. Challenge Ayman Zayed day in and day out for one of those spots in the lineup. Sure, he's been eagerly waiting on the bench to get his moments to step into this game. Jiba chests this one down, falls off the back of Garcia, and it's cleared away. Awkward moment in this game, but it's a moment like that that Omaha's looking for. Shoe came off of Garcia. Now I've got to put it back on. Back into the mix of things. Jiba throwing it in, headed down. Lewis back up top, cleared away. Another throw in for Omaha. It'll be Jiba again. That looked like a handball. The play will go on. Rendon sitting up top. It's interesting for Bruno Rendon with the addition of Haruki Yamazaki. He doesn't necessarily always have to be a fullback on this team and can play further forward. Can be more of that attacking threat that you know he's capable of. But you always have to keep in mind as a fullback the more important end of your responsibilities. Gets it sent right back to him. Antonio heading that one away, but it will be the Hailstorm once again on the ball. A goal in the 54th minute and in the 62nd minute have given the Hailstorm the advantage after Goal late in stoppage time, but the Owls gave them the advantage just moments before. Misael Rodriguez was sent off for his second yellow card offense. He felt it at the time when that occurred that it was going to be pivotal in this game, and surely enough. It's not over yet, just a one-goal game. It just takes one opportunity. Kunga. And just plays that one behind Milanese. Frustration there from the Italian, Marco Milanese. Came running in to assist Kunga. Kunga puts it off target. Langwall doing well there to make sure that Zico Lewis didn't have an opportunity. Hernandez to Billy King. King stepping inside, winds up to shoot, and Billy King not too far off. That one had some pace to it. Was looking for a brace. Billy King, a dangerous attacking player. And that's not a spot that you want to let him wind up and shoot. Given away. Akoff. Scared away by Yamazaki. He's done really well there on the left-hand side. Kunga chips this one up. Headed outward. Johnny Fenwick. Now he'll put this out of any chance for some nonsense. PC. Looking back to Master Antonio, and the Owls look to connect forward once again. Kunga, his pass a bit light. Rendon able to get to it first. Milanese wins it back. Kunga seeming to be out of breath. Doesn't look like there's not a lot left of the tank for Lagos Kunga. Milanese. Kunga once again. And the Owls find a moment of magic here. Kunga dancing around a couple defenders, plays it forward. Ryan Jiba spurs it across, couldn't get it past the defender. That was David Garcia. Jiba again, shaking to his left. Jiba back inside centrally. There was a window there for Omaha. And now it's cleared up the pitch. Northern Colorado more and more content to just let the Owls have the ball. Inviting them to give it some shots offensively. Gomez, the PC. Akoff coming over to the left-hand side. Into Jiba, leaves it. 5 more minutes plus added time. Akoff has that one knocked out by Garcia. Did it glance off the attacker? Will it be Omaha possession? It's going to be a Ryan Jiba throw. Slipping ball, nearly reaching G, but it would have been another prime chance. And a foul on Noah Powder. Means what's looking like a relieving moment for the Hailstorm. The Owls starting to bear down on this Hailstorm defense, and just a moment, a chance to catch your breath and, of course, inevitably get this ball out of harm's way. Delgado will come up. He's going to put as much float on this ball as he possibly can. Powder brings it down with his chest. Clock one. Garcia now turns it to Fenwick. The Hailstorm look to run out the rest of this clock. Oprah. Nice exchanges. Powder. Billy King keeps going with it. King denied by Master Antonio. Now Lagos Kunga going the other way. He hit the brakes. Some more testy moments here. It's an Omaha throw. And the ball was thrown away by Kwakwa. And a bit of a check into the chest by Aaron Gomez. Some substitutions incoming for both sides. Mark Bronick and Danny Robles both coming into the game. So that's the end of the night for Noah Powder. And then Bronick, with his first USL League One appearance, will sub into the game for Lagos Kunga, whom I think much needed that substitution. Bronick is 17 years old. It's not over yet, so an opportunity to help his team find a huge equalizer. Signal from the fourth official. 4 minutes of added time are being added to this one. Well, our added time in the first half was dramatic, to say the least. Will we have any more drama here in the second half added time? And it's that very drama that we find ourselves in this spot. A goal for Omaha to give them the lead, but then Misael Rodriguez, their prime goal scorer, getting sent off, which meant that the Hailstorm got into the half, could game plan for their man advantage, and they came out guns a-blazing. They were able to score 2 goals before 20 minutes had transpired. Akoff, loose touch there, and Billy King was able to clear this one away. Not only clear it, but also keep it in bounds. That one will be a Hailstorm throw. Oprah's not going to rush it. As he leaves the ball in the hands of Owls coach Dom Casciato. Here's Bruno Rendon. Currently with the game-winning goal in this one. Unless the Owls have something to say about it. Dion Akoff. He's had some magical moments in seasons past. It'll be tough for him to keep this one in play. He wasn't able to do so. Delgado lofts up the field once again. Time running out for the Owls. And it's going to roll back to Delgado. This one played for Delgado away from his goal, but then it's cleared away by Rendon. Milanese sends it forward. Jiva. Now it's up forward for Bronick. Play goes on for Omaha. Lewis sprays it to his right. Here's Jerome. Out to Akoff. This may be the last opportunity for the Owls. Ball comes flying in, headed away by Fenwick. Mastrantonio reissues it. Akoff going forward once again. Another service inside comes down. Tipped around a couple times, clearance again. Under a minute left to go. Mastrantonio headed away by Yamazaki and then headed along by Oprah. Nuhu sends it forward once again. Union Omaha have not lost a game at Werner Park since May 27th of 2023. Rendon sends it up the pitch once again. And this next foray forward is just about it. Headed down. And now Robles plays it up. Oprah taps it along. And it wasn't the final whistle. It may effectively, could be, a free kick for the Hailstorm. And they'll just get to send this one into the attacking half. And see this one through. Fenwick puts it up, sends it to the corner, and that will do it. Northern Colorado Hailstorm with their first win in league play, and they do it in quite the fashion, coming into the fortress of Werner Park and knocking off the Owls. 2-1 your final score. They come out of the break knowing they have the man advantage, and they were clinical on the attack. What a win for Eamon Zayed's side. But on the home side of things, our man of the match brought to you by Platinum Chiropractic and Wellness is Pedro Dolabella. He scored the goal that gave his team the lead. Coming off of a corner kick, his third goal of the season. Congratulations to him. And with that, we're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll have our post-game thoughts, our final highlights and stats, and then we'll send you home here on ESPN+.
My name is Blake Malone, and I'm a center back for Union Omaha. The partnership between Bellevue University and Union Omaha enables me to continue my career as a professional soccer player, as well as extending my time and learning to get another degree, and for that I am very thankful. I would say reach out. Bellevue University has been very, very kind and generous to us. They're very responsive, they have great people working up front. So I would say go, give it a reach, look out, and see if it works for you.
This just in, Omaha is a soccer city, and it's time for you to join the party at Werner Park. Experience the electrifying soccer atmosphere, savor mouth-watering concessions, and watch Union Omaha, the most successful club in USL League One history, light up the pitch. Come enjoy our Night of Champions and Baird Home Scarf giveaway on June 1st, Pride Night and Thrifty Thursday on June 13th, and Ex-Cancer Awareness Night on June 27th at Werner Park. One city, one club, one means all.
As we're back here at Werner Park, Ayman Zayed's side getting their first win in league play, knocking off the Owls 2-1. The final score here from Werner Park. Mark Schoenster with you on ESPN Plus as we wrap things up here from Papillion, Nebraska. Here's a look at our highlights, full-time highlights that is, from this one. And boy, was this one an interesting affair. 30 minutes of these two teams feeling each other out, which would result with this opportunity. Bruno Rendon couldn't get by Rashid Nuhu, the first big chance of the match. But then, about 4 minutes into added time in the first half, Pedro Dolabella gave his team the lead, and you would think, all right, that's the story right there of the first half. Pedro Dolabella with the conclusive goal going into the break, but then Misael Rodriguez with the late challenge on the slide, already on one yellow card, gets another one. He's sent off, and then the scuffles ensue, including a yellow card to Lagos Tunga, a yellow card to Lucky Oprah, pushing down Joe Gallardo, and then some words exchanged between Colin Falvey and the head official would result in the assistant coach being sent off. Then the second half starts, and it was just a myriad of opportunities for the Hailstorm as they used incisive passing, the man advantage, to keep testing Rashid Nuhu until the proper connection was found. Noah Powder connects to Oprah, who sends it over to Billy King. Oprah with his first assist of the season. Billy King, his first goal of the season. They would tie things up, and then just a few minutes later, David Garcia sees a wide open Bruno Rendon. Rendon with 4 goals in Jägermeister Cup play, but this is first in league action of the season, putting this one home, giving his team the 2-1 advantage, and that would end up being enough to do it here for Bruno Rendon and the Hailstorm. As you see the stat disparity in the second half, tons of shots for the Hailstorm, and then they sat back for the final 10 or so minutes, dare at Omaha to make something happen. The Owls couldn't quite find that quality opportunity, which meant that the Hailstorm would come into Werner Park and knock off the Owls, getting their first win in league play this season. Their next match will be at home on the weekend in the Jägermeister Cup against Central Valley Fuego. Meanwhile, for Dom Casciato's side, they go on the road on Wednesday and play the Chattanooga Red Wolves. And that is where things will wind down here at Werner Park and wind down on the end of USL League One's contributions in what has been the busiest day in USL history, this just being one of 72 different games taking place, which is a new organizational record for the USL. So it's falling towards goal. For this broadcast, for our entire broadcasting crew, my name is Mark Schoenster. We thank you for tuning in. We hope you have a wonderful night. We'll see you next time here in USL League One. Got more action tomorrow you should check into. But if this is where your weekends conclude, hope you have a fantastic weekend. Your final score, Hailstorm 2, Omaha 1. We'll see you later.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.